Chosen one, God is speaking directly to you right now. Do you feel it? The energy, the pull, the signs that are all around you? You're on the edge of something incredible, but there's one mistake standing between you and your destiny. And I'm here to tell you, it's time to stop. You see, God doesn't make mistakes, but we do. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we fall into traps, ignore our inner guidance, or let fear hold us back from our true purpose. But let me be clear. God is watching, and the moment has arrived to correct your path. The truth is, this mistake could cost you more than you think. It's not just about your future. It's about your spiritual journey, your purpose, and your connection to the divine. God sees what you're doing, even when no one else does, and if you're making this mistake, you're holding yourself back from the blessings that are meant for you. In this video, we're diving into the exact mistake you need to stop right now. If you're making it, it's time to course correct before the consequences become too great. So listen closely, because the next steps you take are more important than you can imagine. God has chosen you, but it's time to align yourself with His plan. Let's uncover the truth together. Are you ready? If yes, then leave a comment with the number 77. This will send a powerful signal to God, amplifying the message you're about to receive. But first, I need you to pause this video for a moment. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. If you're truly a chosen one, you'll stick with me until the end, because deep down, your spirit knows this message is meant for you. But be warned, if you're not ready to face the truth, you might not make it all the way through. However, for those of you who do, your life will never be the same. Now let's dive into it. God's divine plan for your life. God is calling you to something greater, but the question is, are you truly listening? God's call often comes in subtle ways, through a whisper in your heart, a chance encounter, or even a feeling that you can't explain. These signs are God's way of guiding you toward the life you were meant to live. But to recognize them, you must be open and attentive. It is easy to get caught up in the noise of everyday life, distracted by worries, responsibilities, or fleeting desires. However, when you take a moment to pause and listen, you will start to notice these signs clearly. God speaks to you not just through words, but through circumstances, people, and your own inner sense of direction. Every step you take toward understanding these signs leads you closer to your divine purpose. The urgency of this moment cannot be overstated. Now is the time to act, because life is fleeting, and the opportunity to live in alignment with God's plan does not last forever. Often, we are given a window of time in which to make choices that align with God's will. Procrastination or hesitation can lead to missed opportunities. This is why it's essential to act when God calls, because there are moments in life that are meant to move you forward. If you ignore these moments, you risk delaying your spiritual growth and the fulfillment of your divine purpose. God has a plan for your life, and each moment that passes is a step closer to fulfilling that plan, or a step further away from it. When you ignore God's call, you invite stagnation into your life. Ignoring the divine promptings leads to spiritual stagnation and can cause you to feel disconnected from your true self. The longer you resist, the harder it becomes to hear God's voice clearly. This spiritual disconnection can manifest in feelings of confusion, dissatisfaction, or emptiness. By resisting God's call, you not only hinder your growth, but also delay the unfolding of the divine plan that was meant to bring fulfillment and purpose into your life. God's call is not meant to be a burden. It is meant to guide you toward the life you were always meant to live. Your life is not a series of random events or coincidences. It has a divine purpose. Every experience, every challenge, every joy, and every heartache has been part of God's plan to shape you into who you are meant to become. Aligning with God's will is the key to discovering that purpose and experiencing the fulfillment that comes from living a life true to His plan for you. When you choose to follow God's guidance, you begin to feel a deep sense of peace and alignment with your higher purpose. You will find that everything in your life begins to fall into place, as each event and experience reveals a part of the greater divine plan that has always been in motion. As you follow God's plan, you will see signs that He is guiding your path. These signs may come in the form of opportunities, connections with people, or even small moments of clarity. When you trust that these signs are leading you in the right direction, you can step forward with confidence, knowing that God is walking with you. God's timing is perfect, and as you learn to trust in that timing, you will begin to see how everything in your life has unfolded just as it was meant to. Trusting in the timing of your journey allows you to embrace each moment fully, knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Embracing God's divine plan means trusting that everything in your life, good and bad, has a purpose. Every experience, no matter how challenging, is part of a greater journey that is leading you to the fulfillment of your divine destiny. When you surrender to God's will and trust in His plan, you open yourself up to the peace that comes with knowing that everything is happening exactly as it should. God's plan is not always easy, but it is always good, and by trusting in that, you can walk forward with confidence, knowing that your journey is unfolding perfectly. The mistake you're making. Uncovering the truth. The mistake many chosen ones make is one that often goes unnoticed until it begins to take its toll. It's the simple act of resisting the call of your true purpose, of pushing away the things you know deep down you should be doing. Sometimes it's done out of fear, other times because of uncertainty or self-doubt, but the result is the same: spiritual stagnation. When you know in your heart that you are meant for more, but you continue to ignore that knowing, you fall into the trap of resistance. This resistance to your true purpose is the mistake that can hold you back, keeping you stuck in a life that doesn't align with the greatness that is meant for you. This mistake blocks your spiritual growth in a very subtle yet powerful way. Spiritual growth happens when you step into alignment with your higher self, when you embrace the calling God has placed on your life. By denying your purpose, you are choosing to stay in a place of comfort, avoiding the challenges that come with growth. You might tell yourself that you're not ready or that the timing isn't right, but the reality is that growth is uncomfortable. It requires stepping into the unknown, facing your fears, and trusting that the path will unfold as you go. When you resist, you choose to stay in the shallow waters of familiarity instead of diving into the depths where real transformation takes place. This stagnation causes you to lose touch with your spiritual essence, causing your growth to be slow or non-existent. Denying your true purpose is one of the most detrimental things you can do to yourself. When you resist the path that is uniquely designed for you, you create a disconnect between your soul and your actions. You may feel like you are going through the motions, living life without fulfillment, and experiencing a sense of emptiness. That's because your soul is yearning to live in alignment with its purpose, but your actions aren't reflecting that. The longer you resist, the more you fall out of sync with the very essence of who you are. This internal disconnect leads to confusion, frustration, and a sense of being lost. Your spirit knows your true calling, but you are denying it. This makes it harder for you to feel fulfilled or truly content with your life because you're not living according to your deepest truth. Fear and doubt are powerful forces that sabotage your divine path. Fear whispers to you that you're not good enough, not capable, or that the path ahead will be too difficult. These thoughts create a barrier between you and the life you were meant to lead. Fear often masquerades as wisdom or caution, tricking you into thinking you are being realistic when, in reality, it's keeping you stuck. Doubt, too, is a major player in this mistake. It feeds your insecurities, making you question everything about your journey, from your ability to fulfill your purpose to whether or not you deserve success or happiness. When fear and doubt take hold, they paralyze you, preventing you from moving forward and aligning with God's plan. Fear often keeps you from taking that first step, and doubt convinces you that the journey isn't worth starting at all. The truth behind why this mistake sabotages your life is simple but profound. By resisting your purpose, you are denying yourself the opportunities, blessings, and transformations that are waiting for you. God has a plan for your life, a plan that is aligned with your true nature, your deepest desires, and your most powerful abilities. When you step into this plan, everything falls into place. The universe responds to your obedience, bringing new people, new experiences, and new opportunities that guide you towards your divine destiny. However, when you resist, you block this flow. You block the abundance, growth, and peace that comes with walking in alignment with your true purpose. In essence, you are the one holding yourself back. Every time you choose fear over faith, doubt over certainty, or resistance over action, you are saying no to the divine flow of blessings that is waiting to enter your life. This mistake does not just affect your spiritual life, it spills into every other area of your existence. It impacts your relationships, your career, your health, and your overall well-being. When you are not aligned with your true purpose, you begin to make choices that are out of sync with your soul. You might find yourself in situations that drain you, or relationships that do not support your growth. Your career might feel like a dead end because you are not living according to the vision you were meant to pursue. Even your physical health can be affected, as spiritual misalignment often manifests as stress, anxiety, or even illness. This is the natural consequence of resisting what you are truly meant to do. It causes imbalance in all areas of life. Recognizing this mistake is the first step to freeing yourself from it. It's about becoming aware of where you are holding yourself back, where fear and doubt are controlling your actions, and where resistance is keeping you from moving forward. Once you recognize it, you can begin to take small steps towards overcoming it. Let go of the fear that tells you you're not ready, and trust in the divine guidance that is leading you. Remember, the divine plan for your life is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. The moment you stop resisting and start trusting, you will begin to see your life unfold in ways you never imagined. The spiritual battle you're facing. The concept of spiritual warfare is one that can often be misunderstood or overlooked, yet it plays a significant role in your spiritual journey. Spiritual warfare isn't about external battles, but the inner struggles that prevent you from fully stepping into your divine purpose. These battles happen within your mind and heart, manifesting as doubts, fears, distractions, and temptations. The battle you face isn't always visible to others, but it is felt deeply within you. This inner conflict can make you feel torn, uncertain, or even helpless at times, but understanding that this is a part of your spiritual path helps you navigate it with more clarity and strength. Negativity and doubt are some of the greatest obstacles in your connection with God. When negativity enters your thoughts, it creates a barrier between you and the divine flow of guidance and blessings. It clouds your ability to hear God's voice, to feel His presence, and to trust in His plan for you. Doubt is particularly powerful because it shakes your faith and causes you to question everything, even your own worthiness, to receive divine guidance. This constant negativity creates a divide between you and the light of God's truth. The more you allow these thoughts to dominate, the further you move away from the connection that is essential to your spiritual growth. It becomes harder to trust, to have faith, and to step forward with confidence when negativity holds you back. Distractions play a pivotal role in blocking your divine purpose. The world is full of distractions, external and internal, that can easily pull you away from your true path. These distractions can come in many forms, from material concerns and busy schedules to the opinions of others or even your own desires that aren't aligned with your highest good. Distractions divert your focus, keeping you from hearing God's call and understanding the true direction He wants you to take. The more you engage with these distractions, the further you move from the clarity and peace that come with spiritual alignment. You may find yourself feeling lost or confused simply because you're not giving your attention to the things that matter most. These distractions are like noise that drowns out the quiet, subtle guidance that is always available to you. The inner conflict between your flesh and spirit is a battle that every soul faces on their spiritual journey. Your flesh represents your desires, fears, and the natural tendencies that pull you toward earthly concerns. Your spirit, on the other hand, seeks alignment with God's plan and calls you toward growth, purpose, and divine fulfillment. This conflict is often felt when your desires pull you in one direction, but your spirit is urging you in another. The flesh wants comfort, instant gratification, and ease, while the Spirit calls for discipline, sacrifice, and faith. This inner struggle can feel overwhelming, especially when it seems easier to follow the pull of the flesh. However, this battle is necessary for growth. The more you resist the temptation to follow the flesh and instead listen to the quiet voice of your spirit, the stronger your connection with God becomes. Spiritual discipline is the key to overcoming the resistance you face in this battle. It's the practice of aligning your thoughts, actions, and energy with your higher purpose despite the distractions, doubts, and desires that arise. Spiritual discipline doesn't mean perfection. It means consistency. It's about showing up day after day, even when the path feels hard or unclear. Through practices such as prayer, meditation, mindfulness, and focusing on your inner truth, you strengthen your spirit. This discipline builds resilience, helping you stay grounded when the waves of doubt and fear try to pull you under. It helps you stay true to the divine path, even when the battle feels tough. Spiritual discipline is what gives you the strength to continue moving forward, even when resistance is strong, and it's the anchor that keeps you connected to God's will for your life. The impact of ignoring divine guidance. Ignoring God's guidance can lead to a state of spiritual stagnation, where you feel stuck and disconnected from your true self. When you resist or neglect the subtle nudges and calls that God places in your heart, you begin to drift further from the path of fulfillment and purpose. Instead of moving forward, you may feel as though you are standing still, weighed down by a sense of confusion and uncertainty. This stagnation happens because, at the deepest level, your soul knows the path you should be walking. But when you ignore it, you prevent the flow of divine energy and growth. Without this guidance, it becomes difficult to progress spiritually, as you are not fully aligned with your higher purpose and your connection with God weakens. There are countless personal stories of people who ignored their divine calling, and the aftermath is often filled with regret and hardship. These individuals may have felt an inner prompting or a clear sense of direction, but either out of fear, doubt, or distraction, they chose to disregard it. Over time, they experienced a growing sense of unease, knowing deep down that they were not living the life they were meant to lead. Some may have turned to unhealthy habits or sought fulfillment in material things, only to find that these pursuits left them feeling empty. Ignoring God's call doesn't just cause confusion, it can lead to deep emotional pain as well. People who resist the divine path often feel a sense of disconnection, loneliness, or frustration, which can manifest as inner turmoil or even depression. These emotional consequences reflect the inner conflict between the soul's true calling and the choices being made. The spiritual consequences of resisting God's plan are just as significant. When you choose not to follow divine guidance, you cut yourself off from the spiritual growth and transformation that are meant for you. Instead of moving toward enlightenment, peace, and purpose, you find yourself in a cycle of repetition, experiencing the same struggles and challenges over and over again. Your soul yearns for progress, but when you ignore the call, you block the very avenue for transformation. This spiritual disconnect can create an ongoing sense of dissatisfaction, as your inner being knows that something more is waiting for you, but you continue to turn away from it. The delay in following God's guidance doesn't just affect you, it impacts those around you as well. When you are out of alignment with your divine purpose, it affects the people in your life. You may not be able to serve them in the way that you were meant to, and this can create a ripple effect of missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. Your delay in walking the path you're meant to walk can cause others to miss the guidance and blessings they could have received from you. Whether it's your family, friends, or even strangers, your purpose is meant to touch others, and when you hold back, you prevent them from experiencing the light you were meant to share. By not following God's plan, you delay the divine flow that could positively impact your entire circle. The long-term consequences of neglecting the divine path are profound. Over time, the more you resist God's guidance, the more difficult it becomes to reconnect with your true purpose. Habits form, distractions pile up, and the clarity that once seemed possible becomes clouded. Neglecting the divine path doesn't just delay your progress. It can lead to a lifetime of missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. The longer you wait, the more challenging it becomes to step back onto the path, as other commitments, doubts, and fears may begin to feel more entrenched. The longer you delay, the harder it becomes to break free from the cycle of resistance. However, the good news is that even when you have veered off course, there is always an opportunity to listen and return to God's plan. The longer you wait, the greater the impact on your life, but it is never too late to realign and begin walking the path you were always meant to follow. Breaking free from old patterns. To step into your true calling, it's essential to let go of the limiting beliefs that hold you back. These beliefs often stem from past experiences, fears, or messages you've internalized over time. They can tell you that you're not good enough, not deserving, or not capable of achieving what you feel called to do. But these beliefs are false, and they have no power over you unless you allow them to control your thoughts and actions. The first step in breaking free from old patterns is recognizing these limiting beliefs for what they are: obstacles that prevent you from reaching your highest potential. Once you identify them, you can begin to replace them with empowering thoughts that support your divine purpose. Letting go of these old beliefs is not easy, but it's necessary for the growth and transformation you are destined to experience. Transformation is a powerful force, and embracing it is the key to moving forward in life. When you choose to let go of old patterns and ways of thinking, you open yourself up to new possibilities and a brighter future. Transformation is not just about external change. It's an inner shift that allows you to become the person you were always meant to be. It's about shedding the old layers that no longer serve you and stepping into a more authentic version of yourself. While change can feel uncomfortable, it is through this process of transformation that you align with God's plan and begin to walk the path designed for you. The power of transformation lies in its ability to bring out the best in you, to unlock the potential that has always been inside, and to help you live with purpose and intention. Trusting in the unknown is a vital part of breaking free from old patterns. Fear of the unknown can prevent you from moving forward, but the truth is, the unknown is where growth happens. Stepping into the unknown means trusting that God is guiding you, even when you can't see the full picture. It's letting go of the need for certainty and control, and trusting that everything will unfold as it should. When you release the need to have every step mapped out, and instead trust in the journey, you begin to walk in faith. This requires a deep level of surrender, but it's also a necessary step in breaking free from the old patterns that keep you stuck. Trusting the unknown allows you to embrace change and step into the fullness of what God has planned for you. Overcoming the fear of change is one of the most significant challenges in breaking free from old patterns. Change can feel intimidating because it often requires stepping outside of your comfort zone. But fear of change is rooted in the unknown, and when you begin to trust God's plan, that fear starts to lose its grip. The fear of change can make you hesitate, question your decisions, or hold on to what is familiar, even if it no longer serves you. But true growth only happens when you step into the new, when you are willing to embrace the unknown and trust that it will lead you to where you need to be. This process is about having faith that God's plan is greater than your current understanding, and even if change feels uncertain, it will bring you closer to your purpose. Forgiveness plays a crucial role in breaking free from old patterns. Holding on to past wounds and hurts keeps you stuck in the past, preventing you from moving forward in your divine purpose. Whether it's forgiving others or yourself, the act of forgiveness is about releasing the emotional baggage that weighs you down. Forgiveness does not mean excusing the hurt, but it means letting go of the anger, resentment, and pain that prevent you from stepping into your future. When you forgive, you free yourself from the chains of the past, allowing healing and transformation to take place. It opens up space in your heart and mind to receive the guidance and blessings God has for you. Forgiveness is essential to clearing the path, enabling you to move forward with peace and clarity, ready to step into the fullness of your divine calling. Aligning your mind, body, and spirit with God. Aligning your mind, body, and spirit with God's purpose is crucial for living a life filled with peace, clarity, and direction. Each aspect of who you are, your thoughts, actions, and inner being, needs to be in harmony with the divine will. When you align yourself with God's purpose, everything falls into place, and you begin to experience life on a deeper, more meaningful level. Your mind shapes your perception of the world. Your body is the vessel that carries you through life, and your spirit connects you to the divine. By bringing all these elements into alignment with God's purpose, you create a solid foundation for living in truth and fulfillment. This alignment allows you to move through life with confidence, knowing you are walking the path you are meant to follow. Prayer and meditation are powerful tools for deepening your connection with the divine. Through prayer, you communicate with God, offering your thoughts, desires, and gratitude. Prayer is a way to seek guidance, express your trust, and open yourself to divine intervention. Meditation, on the other hand, helps quiet the noise of the world and create space for God's voice to be heard more clearly. In the stillness of meditation, you allow yourself to tune into God's presence and receive the wisdom and insight needed for your journey. Both prayer and meditation help you build a stronger, more intimate relationship with God, enabling you to better understand His purpose for your life. These practices also offer a sense of calm, helping you navigate life's challenges with a clearer mind and a more centered heart. Daily practices are essential in strengthening your spiritual life and maintaining a close connection with God. It's easy to become distracted by the demands of everyday life, but when you commit to regular spiritual practices, you ensure that your connection with God remains strong. Simple habits such as starting your day with prayer, taking moments of gratitude throughout the day, and ending your night with reflection help keep you grounded in your faith. These daily rituals are like nourishment for your spirit, feeding your soul with the guidance and peace you need to stay aligned with God's purpose. As you make these practices a regular part of your life, they become a natural part of who you are, reinforcing your connection with the divine and strengthening your ability to live with intention. Tuning into God's voice is a vital part of aligning with His will and receiving guidance in your decisions. It requires quieting your mind and being open to the subtle nudges and signs that God provides. Sometimes God's guidance comes in the form of a deep inner knowing, a sudden sense of clarity, or even a sense of peace about a particular decision. The key is to trust these intuitive moments and take action when you feel led, knowing that they are not coincidences, but signs that align with your divine purpose. As you practice tuning in, you become more sensitive to God's voice and more confident in your ability to hear and follow it. This ability strengthens over time, and as you listen more attentively, the guidance you receive becomes clearer and more immediate. Living in alignment with God's will brings peace and clarity. When you are aligned, you no longer have to force things to happen or struggle with uncertainty. Instead, you move through life with a sense of calm, knowing that everything is unfolding as it should. Alignment brings clarity because you are no longer distracted by conflicting desires or external pressures. You are able to make decisions with confidence, trusting that you are following the path that is best for you and for the greater good. This alignment is not just about spiritual growth. It also translates into your day-to-day life, bringing peace to your relationships, work, and personal endeavors. When your mind, body, and spirit are aligned with God's purpose, everything you do becomes a reflection of divine will, and life becomes a smoother, more fulfilling journey. Embracing the transformation, aligning with God's plan, brings a transformation that touches every part of your life. When you begin to follow God's purpose for you, you start to notice a shift in your thoughts, actions, and even how you relate to others. The decisions you make, are no longer driven by fleeting desires or external pressures, but are guided by a deep sense of purpose and connection to the divine. Your priorities shift, and you begin to focus on what truly matters, living in accordance with God's will. This alignment leads to a transformation of the heart, mind, and spirit. As you embrace God's plan, you will find that your life starts to reflect the peace, joy, and fulfillment that come from walking the path you were always meant to walk. One of the greatest gifts of embracing God's plan is experiencing inner peace and fulfillment. As you begin to let go of your own plans and desires, you open yourself up to the greater plan that God has laid out for you. This peace doesn't come from external circumstances. It comes from knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be, doing what you are meant to do. When you follow God's will, there is a sense of calm that settles deep within your soul. You no longer feel lost or unsure because you are living with purpose, and that purpose is guided by the divine. Every step you take aligns with that purpose, bringing you closer to the fulfillment you've been searching for. The peace that comes with this alignment is not fleeting, but a deep, abiding peace that can weather any storm. Embracing God's purpose for your life is a blessing in itself. It is a gift that brings you closer to your true self. When you step into the life you were meant to live, you begin to see the world through a new lens. You see the beauty in the small moments, the lessons in the struggles, and the divine hand guiding you through it all. Every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth, and every victory is a reminder of God's faithfulness. This blessing goes beyond material rewards. It's about the deeper joy that comes from knowing that your life is in alignment with the Creator's will. Embracing God's purpose fills you with gratitude, and that gratitude radiates outward, impacting every area of your life. Becoming the person you were always meant to be is another powerful result of aligning with God's plan. As you walk in alignment, you shed old layers of doubt, fear, and confusion that once held you back. You begin to recognize your true potential, the unique gifts and talents that were given to you to serve a greater purpose. The transformation is not about becoming someone else. It's about discovering and stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. This journey allows you to embrace your authentic self, free from the pressure to conform or live up to expectations. When you align with God's purpose, you start to live more authentically, confidently stepping into the life you were created to lead. Living with courage, faith, and clarity is the natural outcome of walking in divine alignment. The more you trust God and His plan for your life, the more courage you gain to face challenges and take bold steps forward. Your faith strengthens as you see God's guidance and provision unfolding in your life, and this faith empowers you to face uncertainty with confidence. Clarity comes as you let go of confusion and doubt, trusting that each step is part of the greater journey. When you live in alignment with God's plan, you live with a sense of purpose and direction that brings peace in the midst of chaos. This clarity helps you make decisions with confidence, knowing that you are moving in the direction you are meant to go. With courage, faith, and clarity, you walk in divine alignment, embracing the transformation that leads to a life of peace, fulfillment, and purpose.